We got new balance changes in the new update, and we got a lot to cover. Beatrice got a pretty good buff, as it can now attack faster and lock on to targets better. Bunny got a bit of a rework. His damage got buffed, but the trait for when the bunnies are closer together got nerfed. Bebo also got a massive buff. His range increased, which is super good, and his rate decreased along with it. Fracture got a rework as well. His spacing decreased to normal size, but is now more expensive and longer cooldown. He's got the lock on target fix, as well as a damage buff to all his levels. Keith Boomerang also got a rework. His boomerang is now faster and decreases HP for every hit, but now does less damage. Soda Pop is now really cheap. This can help with taking care of the early mob waves better. Sparks is now cheaper on levels 3 to 4 and 5. Wafer got a rework. He has a faster fire rate and is now more cheap. But his damage also decreased to compensate. Now to the nerfs. Scientist is now super expensive on levels 3 to 4 and 5. She is now more on the late game side. Branch has a decreased fire rate on levels 3 to 4 and is now more expensive. Quinn now attacks slower and her damage decreased on level 1 and level 5. Lore got a nerf and now has a bigger cooldown, but his ability charges faster. Frank now does less damage from level 3 to 5. This change will make it so he will do less on crowd control. For Volt, his mana gain from Volt Point is now removed. Bite got another massive nerf. He now has a higher cooldown, less range, and higher attack rate on levels 4 and 5. Cart Kid does less damage from his invulnerability. Discount Dog, Spectre, and Balin Pal all got their prices increased. And lastly, Stella summons slower, and the repaint cost also increased. So that's it. Just keep in mind that these changes will be tweaked in the next few days, so these changes are not final. What are you most excited about in this update?